Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Break It Down. Let's return to the Bad Luck Tavern. We'll speak to Venture Captain Gristoff. I don't actually remember if I have to or not for Tyler's quest. Count Rolano, running his hand over his luxurious sideburns, greets you demurely. Good afternoon, Commander. Can I help you? I found the Spinner of Nightmare's diary. Kristoff smiles dryly. I'm sure that Hyler will be thrilled to learn of your discovery. I hope, however, that it will not encourage him to launch another suicidal raid in pursuit of the Spinner of Nightmare's head. If he finds his death, hope that neither you nor I will be accessories to the horrible crime. Sometimes I fear that by keeping Hyler free, we're enabling a person obsessed with revenge, one suffering from a severe mania. Then that's partially accurate.
I'm gone.
Or entirely accurate, and yeah, we'll just say entirely accurate. Now we need to find the Rotten Guttery. I thought it was right over here.
We do it my way. Weapons, spells, poisons. The art of killing is so diverse these days. A shame one life is not enough to master them all.
Inimosi Travisi. Ona Adayana. Amranda Drakior. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Aborane Sentes. Magritium Turinos. Aborane Sentes. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana.
A bright future. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Inimosi Travisi. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Inimosi Travisi. Magritium Turinos. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi.
Something wrong?
I'm all ears. Let me help.
Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Aborane Sentes. Aborane Sentes. Aborane Sentes. Aborane Sentes. Aborane Sentes. Inimosi Travisi. Amranda Grat. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Stazioni Savitur. Stazioni Savitur. Stazioni Savitur. Stazioni Savitur. Stazioni Savitur. Stazioni Savitur. Ona Adayana. 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 Adayanam. Unimosi Travisi. Ona Adayanam. Listano Danyam. Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Ronda Grazio.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel
Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Travisi. Fabrizio Curino. Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Travisi. Ona Adayana. Unimosi Travisi.
Let's rock and roll.
Don't hold back!
you're beyond redemption.
Cover me, alright?
Torlek. A wounded soldier raises his arm with a plaintive shout. Don't kill me. I'll tell you everything. You finally have an opportunity to get a better look at your opponents. They're not demons, but visitors from other planes. Judging by their gear, they're experienced and highly paid mercenaries. Who are you? We're Torlek's crew. I mean, it's my crew. I'm Torlek. But here we're called the Rotten Guttery Gang. It's a dumb name, but it helps us blend in with the demon rabble here. Keeps anyone from prying into our business. We're mercenaries who came to the Abyss on a job. When we realized what Illusionary was like, we couldn't bloody believe it. There's so much gold to be made here. Demons are loose cannons. You can't trust them with delicate or sensitive jobs. Even if they don't screw it up, they run their mouths about it. If someone needs a job done quickly, quietly, and without fail, they come to us. Our specialties are disappearances, setups, and abductions. So, you were born in a normal place, had a home, a decent life. Then you just left it all and moved here to do the demon's dirty work. Live amidst this gory madness, to murder, to be minions of the spawn of the Abyss. Not because your home was threatened, not because you were called by duty, but for gold. Are you mortals or monsters, I ask you? You folks aren't from the Abyss, are you? Yeah, no demons in our crew. It's a matter of principle. They're strong, sure, but crazy and unpredictable. There are a few times we nearly finished a job, neat and clean, then everything went sideways, because some horn freak wanted to have some fun. Why did you attack me? Shavaro, the Lalidu from the 10,000 Delights, found us and paid us to take you out. She said she'd get you here, and all we have to do is crack your skull open. But that witch neglected to mention that you wouldn't go down easy. You've cracked more than a few skulls yourself, I can tell. Of course, we really could use the gold right about now. Some scum broke into our lair and cleaned us out. We would never have messed with you. We're the succubi you captured. There are no succubi here. It was a trick. Shavaro's ruse to lure you here. We never kidnapped those witches. So screw your brains out, take all your money, and call it a weekend well spent. All succubi should be drowned. That's what I think. Finish him off. You shouldn't have messed with me, mercenary. Please, spare me. I can help. No!
Follow if you dare.
Oh yeah, Bracers of the Eldritch Scholar. These +6 braces of armor grant a +5 competence bonus on Knowledge Arcana and use magic device skill checks. Oh, we got the Entomber at some point. Whenever the wielder of this +4 Warhammer successfully hits an enemy with a charge attack, the enemy must pass a Fortitude saving throw DC 33 or be entrapped in stone until the end of the fight. Under this effect, the enemy becomes vulnerable to bludgeoning damage as well as slowed down. If this Warhammer confirms a critical hit against an affected enemy, all enemies in a 30-foot area should pass the same check or be under the same effect. We don't have the means to fast travel back to the 10,000 Delights. We'll double check, but I'm pretty sure we didn't get that coin. I don't think that way is any faster than this way, so we'll just go back. Welcome to the 10,000 Delights. Are you here for a good time? I've been to the Rotten Guttery. You hired assassins to kill me. The Lolita latches onto your consciousness. Her face contorts in a tense grimace. We manage to fend her off with a determined effort. You piece of crap. Why couldn't you just quietly go there and die? You've caused nothing but trouble. You aren't for all the suffering you've caused Monago and me. Why did you try to set me up? The Lolita's rage is like a stream of liquid fire burning through your mind. She tries to hurt you, but you manage to restrain her. You're Monago's enemy, my sweet Monago, vile Galarian. You'll pay for standing in our way. So, you and Monago are lovers. Demons do not know love. The demoness snaps at you. It's only not the kind you have on your stupid Galarian. But Monago and I, we're closer than most demons ever get. We're bound by passion. At times we irritated each other so much that we separated. But we were always drawn back to one another. We each became a drug to the other, and then you showed up and started hassling Monago. Tell me the story of you and Monago. The demon's rage fades. She speaks bitterly and sincerely, as if in confession. I always loved to sow chaos, whereas Monago wanted to rule over it. She once usurped me in my own scheme, snatched it right from under my nose, and reaped its fruits for herself. The gauntlet had been thrown. We spent long months trying to kill each other. We were both impressed by the other's passion, and we became addicted to it. No one has ever wanted to destroy me with such fervor. Once I tried to kill her in her bed as she slept. The fight somehow turned into sex, yet it was so much more than sex. In the morning, both realized we were bound by our craving for each other. Of course, we do still try to kill each other. Monago can be insufferable, and I'm not much better. But if one of us ever succeeded, it'd be a terrible blow to whoever survived. I know demons should not have such feelings, but there's nothing I can do about it. Two demons truly fall in love, albeit in their own terrifying way. It's believed their hearts have no capacity for love, but you and I both know light is stronger than darkness, and it can shine even in the most impenetrable gloom. I recently met Monago here in Alushanira. She tried to attack me again, so I killed her. The dull howl, the Lolita attacks you. The claws seem to grow and sharpen before your eyes. The guard's chain collar clanks. He aims the wand at Shavaro and states in an uncompromising, slightly vindictive voice. Brawling is prohibited, no exceptions. Please proceed to the exit. The demon activates his wand, and Shavaro, howling helplessly, is instantly transported to the streets of Alushanira. Looks like Shavaro's throne stands empty. We're supposed to choose a new leader. I regret that we must ask our guests to leave the 10,000 Delights temporarily. Very soon, our doors will be open to you once again. You're greeted by a succubus whose appearance is striking to say the least. Her flawless skin, graceful figure, and aristocratic face would have made her a true beauty, if not for the terrible fresh scars. A jagged scar runs across her cheek, cutting through her scarlet sensual lips under her high cheekbone. Her left eye has a gray cataract surrounded by wounds from some caustic substance. The succubus's wings are tattered rags. Nevertheless, she behaves imperiously and with dignity, and those around her treat her with respect. Succubus sounds playful and relaxed. Welcome to the 10,000 Delights. My name is Hirax. I'm the new madam here, thanks to you. Rid us of that insolent upstart Shavaro, sending her after her haughty lover Monago. So you consider me in your debt. Know that you will always be welcome here, and my gift will be proof of that. With a graceful movement, the demoness hands you a gold coin. With this, every arch will recognize you as my favorite guest and teleport you here. If you wish to spend the night, have some fun, or restock your supplies, come to me. Don't waste your time on my little crooks. Leaning closer with a confident smile, the demoness whispers sensually. And if you rid us of Shavaro, my gratitude will know no bounds. I think that witch is hiding somewhere in the lower city. You take care of her for me, my love. I want to know more about this place and its owner. You mean the former madam of the 10,000 Delights, or the new one? The succubus winks with her one working eye. Who are you? To everyone else, I'm the respected madam of the 10,000 Delights, excuse me. The protector and patron of this palace of pleasures. The strongest who lives here. The one who has earned the right to replace Shavaro on the throne. But you, honey, can just call me Hirax. The succubus's smile is both seductive and unsettling. You look awful. What happened to you? Hirax slightly waves it off. You mean my scars? A trifle. I'm a succubus. We're all beautiful and charming. We're not bothered by the odd questions that haunt your kind. What if I'm not attractive? What happens once my beauty fades? This is why we're not as obsessed with our looks as you mortals. Have I ceased to be gorgeous because of a few scars? Flaunting her wounds, the succubus tilts back her head and laughs. A pleasant, arousing sound. I left these scars to serve as a reminder of how I got to where I am. As a reminder for others, that is. Now the smug scum will think twice before challenging my authority. Though you are a creature of the abyss, Shaylin will not let me fail to acknowledge your beauty. Celestial shakes his head with regret. I don't understand why anyone should wish to spoil such beauty. The abyss is enough ugliness as it is. The succubus smiles flattered. But you still see my beauty despite these terrible wounds. They're like a pinch of spice, serving to accentuate my utter perfection. I'm one step away from inviting her to join the crusade. Then Sosu will finally stop reassuring me about my looks, and start pestering her to let him heal her. What can you tell me about Shavaro and Monago? At first we thought those two would tear each other apart. Shavaro was in charge here for a long time, and no one bothered her because everyone knew who she was. Then Baphomet's minion, Monago, showed up. They fought. Oh, how they fought. They then started to conspire and plot against one another. They sent assassins. Then they drew their enemies into a proxy war against each other. By the end, they were obsessed. They went from sworn enemies to partners and took over the 10,000 Delights. They started walking around, hand in hand, cooing at each other. After that, they rarely tried to kill one another. Why is this place so named? Because this name distinguishes the way my palace differs from a common brothel or tavern. This is the sovereign territory of every imaginable pleasure and joy. Most of my domain is hidden from prying eyes. Behind every door is a corridor with other doors like this one. We stand in the center of a small labyrinth dedicated to hedonism. Which, despite popular belief, hedonism isn't just the pursuit of sex and pleasure, it is the pursuit of happiness. That's the philosophical definition. No matter your taste in alcohol, sexual gratification, topics of conversation, music, and drugs, you'll find like-minded individuals here. Anyone who knows anything about pleasure flocks here, bringing their sophisticated tastes and proclivities. I have no more questions. Succubus feigns innocence and remarks with a languid sigh. You're so very curious. I love those who are curious. Do you have anything for sale? Indeed. I have several items that were forgotten here by our clientele. Some of the forgotten items Hirax is selling are stained with blood, and 2 of the rings bear the characteristic scratches of being cut off a dead body, along with the fingers. So we have Deep Rip. Each time the wielder of this +5 dagger lands a hit with it after hitting the same target with a soft cut dagger, the enemy suffers additional 2d6 plus strength modifier slashing damage. This weapon deals damage against a prone or paralyzed creature first time in a round. It deals double the weapon damage. Soft Cut. This +5 dagger deals 1 slashing damage instead of 1d4 piercing damage. However, when dual wielded along with the Deep Rip dagger, Soft Cut activates its additional power. We can actually sell some stuff here. I'm not going to use any of this. Well, we might hold on to that. Alright, repelling bracers. The wearer of these bracers is under constant protection from anyone who is getting too touchy. They get a +4 bonus to armor class against touch attacks, but also suffer a -4 penalty on their own touch attack rolls. When an enemy gets within 5 foot radius from the wearer, the enemy has to make a successful will saving throw DC 21, or be pushed 5 feet away and become frightened for 1 round. Deathbed Servant. The wielder of this +4 flail is under a constant effect of the Cloak of Dreams spell, as if it was cast by a 15th level wizard. So you're surrounded by a soporific aroma that causes all living creatures within 5 feet of you to make a successful will save each round or fall asleep for 1 minute. Sleeping creatures are helpless but wake up after being wounded. Rascal's Goggles. These goggles grant the wearer a +10 competence bonus on perception and trickery skill checks. We'll grab that. A Final Glance. This +4 Shotgun Curved Blade deals additional 2d6 slashing damage against blinded enemies. Whenever the wielder of this blade lands the first hit in a round, the enemy must pass a will saving throw DC 27 or become blinded for 1 round. So I feel like you don't find a lot of weapons that synchronize with themselves, but this has both effects that you would need to, well, has the blind effect that you need to proc the first effect. A Lizard Tail. If the wearer of this belt is an animal companion or is currently under a polymorph effect, it grants him a +3 morale bonus to armor class and reflex saving throws. The wearer also gets a +8 circumstance bonus to armor class for the first round of every combat. It might be worth it for Sunshine. A Deathly Arousal. The choker protects the wearer from losing their head, and not only in bed. Once per day whenever the enemy deals the wearer a killing blow, the choker restores him 50 hit points and makes all enemies in a 10-foot radius pass a will saving throw DC 26 or become prone for 1 round. A Scarlet Allure. This red cloak of resistance +3 makes anyone look good. It grants the wearer a +5 morale bonus on persuasion skill checks. Whenever an enemy confirms a critical hit, lands a sneak attack or attack of opportunity against the wearer, the enemy must pass a will saving throw DC 27 or become devastated by hitting such beauty. In this devastated move, they suffer a -2 penalty to attack and damage rolls, as well as armor class, until the end of combat. Headband of Reshaping. This Headband of Wisdom +6 increases its wearer's caster level by 1 when casting Transmutation School spells. Amulet of Inner Sight. This amulet grants its wearer immunity against blindness and gaze attacks. That's pretty good. It's actually really, really good in Kingmaker, but it doesn't exist in Kingmaker, unfortunately. A Whistling Killer. This +4 Thundering Dart deals sonic damage instead of piercing damage. On a critical hit, it deals 1d6 sonic damage per 2 character levels of the wielder to all enemies in a 15-foot area. Let's go ahead and grab that. We have the money. Oh, sorry, we can't have sunshine out. Yeah, I can't have sunshine out in here. Rax greets you with a regal gesture. My favorite guest. Welcome to the 10,000 Delights. I don't want sex. I just want to spend the night here. I'm willing to pay for a room. One night will cost you 5,000 gold coins. More expensive than other places, but I personally guarantee your safety. No deal. Why would anyone rent a room and spend the night alone? What a waste of money. After all, you could spend the night with someone. I'm looking for some company. What can you offer me? Each of my charges is a true master of their craft. Years of training in a range of arts, from oratory to the intricacies of sensual massage. I've turned talented apprentices into true artists. No one on any plane can compete with them in the art of pleasing both body and soul. Perhaps you'd enjoy the spark of cheerful madness granted by the fae known as the Mad Glowworm. Her temper is mild. Her laughter arouses both body and mind. And the feeling of lightness at a night with her gives you more than... Misread that. And the feeling of lightness a night with her gives you more than compensates for the terrible hangover in the morning. Perhaps your heart trembles at the sight of the wild strength and bestial power embodied in our unbridled Rockhorn. Like every incubus, he is strong, fierce, and incomparable in bed. But be warned, at the peak of passion, he does not hold back. Every guest is the master of their own pleasure. Usually it starts with wine and conversation. After that, they choose what they like. And all my charges have their own ways of entertaining guests. While you're having a good time, we'll take care of your friends. You won't feel abandoned. Especially that handsome friend of yours. The demoness darts a seductive look towards Sociel. The cleric shakes his head. I appreciate your kind offer, but I cannot accept it. Harax pouts. You can't. I heard that among you warriors are those who emasculate themselves as a sign of their devotion to their gods. But I never believed such tales. What a pity. Such a perfect body. We'll figure out something for you, you poor thing. I don't think you understand. Our friend has devoted himself to serving the good goddess. Whenever his emotions run high, Jalen's light and purity shine forth from within him. It makes demon flesh boil and melt. When our friend is trying to maintain his composure and peace of mind for the safety of your kind. But if you're willing to take the risk... Celia grins ominously. Oh no, that won't be necessary. The demoness cautiously moves away from Sociel. What a disagreeable trait. I'll make sure that no one lays a finger on this fine young mortal. Intimacy based on payment instead of sincere fondness makes a mockery of honorable feelings. It will degrade you. Not to mention those unfortunate creatures, especially those who trade their bodies under duress. Tell me again about everyone. Every guest is a master of their own pleasure. Okay, we already read that. I need time to choose. Don't know where to look first. I understand completely. We have some true gems here. I have to go. Brax's voice turns languid and slightly petulant. You'll come back to me soon, won't you? I'll miss you. Don't keep me waiting too long. So, roleplay-wise, it wouldn't make sense for my paladin to spend time with the patron, or I guess I'm the patron, with the people here. But when you do it, you get buffs and loot. So from like a meta choice, I should. But from a roleplay choice, I shouldn't. So what I'm going to do is call it here, and then next time I'll decide whether or not that's what we're going to do. Plus, the Hand of the Inheritor advised against it. I'm not sure if going against his advice here actually counts towards his advice counter. He has a counter, which I don't think matters unless you're on the Angel Mythic path. I think you'll get some different dialogue depending on whether or not he trusts you. Right now, he trusts us completely. But there is a part later on in the Angel Mythic path that does require him to trust you. Well, either way, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.